I just picked up a new, well, new to me, it's not very new actually, it's probably, man, I don't know, probably 90s, 80s, Toyostove double clean RCA 87. It's a kerosene heater. Now I've run a kerosene heater. I'm out in my garage right now, and I'm doing a lot more work out here lately, just doing different stuff. And I've had this, there are a million projects going on here, but I'm kind of redoing this one. But this is the old Omni Heat Kerosene Omni Heat 105. Basically I'm going to order a new wick for this. It just needed to be cleaned up. It was a big mess. So I'm decided to tear into this one as well. So it needs a lot of cleaning and work. It still has been working, but that's what I've been heating out here for quite a few years with. I got that one, my grandma gave that to me. That's what they used to use to heat up their shop and basement back in the day. So it's worked good for me, but I wanted something that was a little smaller, maybe not quite as, maybe a little more efficient. So this one is about half the BTUs as that one, about 10,000 BTU, and holds about a gallon, 1.25 gallons I think. And I'm going to show you how these things work, but basically this is kind of a nice way to do if you're, if you need an off-grid heat setup or power down kind of deal. But I like it out here because I just don't have any electric heat out in my garage. I used to have electric heat and it just wasn't very good. I had some cadet wall heaters, and they just, I mean, when it got cold out, you couldn't even tell they were on, and they just do weird stuff like come on automatically when it got too cold. So I've just switched over to using kerosene, and it's not too bad. It's a little stinky. I mean, the stuff you can get around here isn't the greatest kerosene, and it's kind of expensive. But for an alternative, to run some heat every now and then, it's the perfect solution. And the way you get to that wick in these is you lift up on this right here, and here's your burner or your heat box assembly. It's got sort of a glass housing, and your flame comes up around here, and it sort of, all this stuff glows red, and it kind of catalyzes the fuel. Zoom in on that. So basically this wick, I can crank, I think I can run this up here and you can see it, and you can run that up. It's not locked because I don't have it ready to go yet, but it's not too bad, I don't think. I mean, I'm not an expert in these things, but it looks pretty. It's not flaky, and it's not burnt looking. It's not charred. Actually, I don't even know how old that is. It's got some, it looks fairly clean right there. It's back to 0 here. Okay, so what you do basically is this. You close that, get that going. Okay, so you take your fuel container, and in the instructions, looks like it's a little full, but that should be okay. You're supposed to fill the kerosene up to where this mark is halfway up on this scale right here. So I'm just a little bit over, but that should be okay because it's completely dry in there. The way these work is it's kind of convenient because you can leave these stationary, and then you can pull this tank out, and people recommend that you extinguish the flame, but some people think, just say you can pull the tank out, refill it while the thing's still burning, and then stick the tank back in it, and then it keeps going. You don't have to turn it off. Because when you turn these off and on, that's where they start to stink. And you'll notice when I start this up that there's going to be a bit of smoke. So what you do is you take this, and you just simply fill it up. I've already done it. I don't want to open it up in here because it'll stink, but I filled it outside, tighten it down. There's a valve right here, and probably could have a better seal on that, but it doesn't really matter as much as I thought. So you basically take this fuel can, you turn it upside down. It's going to drip just a couple of drops probably, and you just slide it in, pull. And I'm going to see if this will light. I don't know if it's going to light. I don't know if it needs to soak a little longer, but it should be all right. So you lift this up, it tilts it, a little light comes on, let it down quick. I always like to let them down quick, otherwise they smoke when that globe is up. But that worked. That's all it took. It just lit up, started the fire around it. Of course, it's pretty strong right now, and lighting these things is always kind of a little bit stinky, and I don't know why that is. But you can see it's going pretty good right now. It's actually got a pretty good flame already started. So it takes a little while for this thing to get going. Okay. So it's going to take a while. It's already starting to get slightly warm. You can see the reflectors are kind of cool on this thing. But it takes a little while. You know, some people say they start up, you know, in a couple of minutes. I think that they take about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes or so to get heated up. They're actually kind of nice. I actually don't mind having a kerosene heater. It still smells a little bit. If anybody knows where to get non-stinky kerosene, some people say there's certain types you can get, and I'm running K1. It's real expensive. It's way too expensive. But for the amount of times I need this, it's actually not too bad. Plus, if I ever need to come out here when the power's out or something, I can have heat in the wintertime, and that's nice. A clean flame. It's about what you want, I think, from what I can tell. I'm not an expert, but it's nice and hot, so it must be working right. So, thanks for watching. I'll be back with some more videos as I find things I want to review and talk about. We're going to be going up to the cabin in probably a month or so, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time.